Hi, welcome to the Chit Chat Knits podcast. It's been a few weeks, but we're back again with some new projects to show you today. Hey, it's Darcy and Katie, and we're back with you again today. Let's see, when was the last time we podcast?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
so
ago.
Lots have happened, lots of knitting.
A birthday. You know, at my age, we shouldn't even do anything about it.
But you know what? It's
but we did. It's better than the alternative. Yes.
And you know what?
Yes.
You got a lot of stuff going on for you, girl. You have a
Thanks.
YouTube channel. You're in a rock band.
I'm in a rock band.
You are a rock band.
Yeah.
You started. You started kind of later.
I always think it's kind of funny when I say, "Oh, I got hair sticking up," that my grandkids could say, "Yeah, my grandma plays in a rock band."
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of
Yep. And we
kind of unusual because my grandma certainly didn't play in a rock band.
But our our slogan is never lose your wild, and we're called the Wildflowers, and you have definitely not lost your wild.
No.
So
no, I'd get wilder all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, the first thing we're going to talk about today is the weather.
Oh my
goodness. If you have sunshine where you are, now it looks like we're getting sun. It's an illusion. It's been very cloudy and rainy here.
Yeah. Yep.
And we are ready for some summer sun weather. Yesterday, we played with our wildflower band at an outdoor event. And we were so lucky because it's been raining all week. And yesterday morning, it was Saturday morning, and the sun just not the sun, but the rain stopped. And it was cloudy and it was cool. It was 60 degrees. So we wondered how we'd do playing in 60 degrees. We did
And with our instruments, we were curious how our instruments were going to feel about it.
Right. We did, tuning is keeping in tune with stringed instruments is always a challenge with weather, but
it worked out.
Yeah,
it worked out great. And
make sure I put a little picture.
So throw a picture. And we had people come and visit us from in town, out of town. It was really, really fun.
It was so fun. Yeah.
And the weather did cooperate.
It did. It did. There was almost at one point there was almost a little sun. It was
barely.
like, I think the sun's gonna shine. Nope, didn't.
Again, I think this is very deceiving because as soon as we sat down, it looks like it's sunny.
I'm looking up because there's skylights up there, but
it's, you know what? We're ready for a good old Wisconsin summer.
We are.
With sunshine. And we are looking at the forecast, and that's not really in the cards this week for us.
We shouldn't complain.
But we're not complaining.
It could be,
snowing.
Really bad.
It could be snowing.
It could. We shouldn't complain. We're not complaining. Because if the weather's bad, we're not outside. So
and we get to knit.
Yes.
We get to knit. So
yesterday was also Knit in Public Day.
Yes.
And did we do that? No. We played music.
Yeah,
we went to a winery, which was really fun.
That was
a great band. So
whatever.
We'll knit in public today.
Yes.
All right. How have you been? Are you getting some knitting done these days? Or are you getting the beautiful weather and out in your garden and all those things? Yeah, I don't know. We have some projects to show you today.
Ooh.
Yeah. We might kind of start with the traditional format, but I think we're going to go, like a lot of knitting podcasters do, finished objects, works in progress. It might happen, it might not.
We're a little different,
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I think we'll kind of go in and out.
We'll weave.
Yeah, we'll weave. Oh, yeah, whatever. All right, so let's see. What are you starting with?
All right, well, my one and only project.
You know what? We forgot to say who we are.
We're Darcy and Katie.
We're Darcy and Katie. Yeah.
Which one is which? Do you want to be Katie today?
Sure. I've always had one of those names that nobody knew what your name was, so... Yeah, I'm Darcy. She's Katie.
Yes.
Yeah, we are Chit Chat Knits. And look at our sweatshirts.
Yes.
Are these adorable? Katie gifted me this beautiful sweatshirt. It's
They're
very
so
soft.
cozy. I could live in
Mhm.
this.
I know. And it's pink.
And it's pink. And yes, Etsy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you
Yep.
find great things. Those Etsy makers are wonderful.
Yes, and it was kind of fun. I had to surprise Darcy because she loves surprises.
I do.
So I had stayed overnight at your house, and I for once was awake before you.
Yeah, usually
which
I'm
never happens.
kind of awake in the middle of the night.
So
kind of start my day.
So I was, of course, knitting on the couch, and you came downstairs, and I'm knitting, and she's about to sit down, and she's like, "Hey,
wait!"
She's like, "Stand up, show me." So
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yours is upstairs."
I know, they're so cute. That's our Chat Knits logo.
Yep.
I love it. I love it so much. Love it.
Yeah.
Just brings me sunshine on a rainy day. Thank you.
They're cozy and cuddly.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you.
Yep.
I love it. All right.
Anyway.
So you have a picture to show.
Yes, I do. I got a picture. If you have been with us for a little while, I knit my godson a blanket. It took me 1 full year, but we made it. We made it literally and
Tenacity.
figuratively.
1 full year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
And no other projects. Just the same.
just the single one. So it has a lot of memories tied to it. And Preston has been loving it. And his mom, my best friend growing up, she was able to snap a couple pictures. You know, he's 1.5. It's hard to get a moving target.
Oh, definitely.
So we're going to pop a couple pictures up here of him snuggled in with his blanket during reading time right before nap time. So
awesome.
it was a little easier to capture that moment.
Right.
So we have a couple pictures that we will put up here.
Yep.
I gave my mom her call. I know we talked about it a little bit on the live, but not on the cast.
Yep.
I will be getting a picture of my mom wearing hers
too.
And you were actually there when I gave it to her.
And she loved it.
And she loved it.
Yep.
So
I actually gave, you don't have it with you, but I gave Katie a little journal since she's so new to start recording her projects in. You know, and I have encouraged her to do it on Ravelry too. But you know, sometimes it's nice to have a little book to look back on and show your progress. So I'm hoping you find time to do that.
Yes, yep. And I already have an idea, and came with stickers you sent me too. So I'm adoring that knitting journal. I'll fill it out and I'll bring it on the cast. But yeah, I have little clippings of my yarn that I'm going to be taping in. So colors and everything. So yes,
when you're starting a hobby, you know, you're at the good place to journal it because
I've only had, we're going to go 2 3/4 projects so far. So it's a lot easier for me to start that project. So,
and by the end of the podcast today, you're going to realize that it's really hard for me to keep a journal because
you got a lot going on, girl.
I'm a jump around on projects. It's a miracle I ever finish anything.
But you do. You work very hard, and you have finished objects.
Finished stuff, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
I'm really starting to wonder about myself.
Well, you do such a good job. I was going to say, you have your melody hat. Yep. You knit it in 1 day.
I did. You? I knit another melody hat.
Yep.
And this is for if you're new here, we have a Ravelry group. It's the Chit Chat Knits Ravelry group. And we have a few Makealongs going. We talk about them every time, but one is the Make It Yours, which is just make any project you want to make and share about it. The second one is 12 for 12 in 25. And we have a lot of charity projects that people have made. So kudos to you all. I'm on track with I'm making a melody hat. This is a Chit Chat Knits pattern, if you're new. And I'm making a hat every month for charity that in December we have the mitten trees at churches and whatever. So they will all be given to our local food shelf organization. So
that turned out gorgeous.
I know. This is some leftover yarn that I made a sweater out of last fall. And I over purchased, but it's been great because it makes such a nice hat and it's easy. It self stripes and boom, we're done. So another added to my pile. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I think I have, well, I know for sure this is June, so I have 6 for sure. I do need to make some mittens. I'll get those going too.
Talking about that.
But that's okay because I do love to make mittens. I just need to sit down and do them someday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I have plenty of this yarn. This would make a cute pair of mittens.
Yes.
So it's like a light worsted weight, so it knits up very quick.
It's really pretty.
And let's see your melody hat.
So I am almost done. I was really, really, really hoping I would have it done by the cast, but I was learning some new stuff. So I just knit away on it. I have about 10.5 rows to go. I am decreasing.
Yay. Oh, that's so pretty,
I love
isn't it?
this. This is for my friend Jenny.
Yep. Hi, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny. She's a huge Vikings fan. And by the way, we mentioned
Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota Vikings, yes. Yeah. So I remember on our last cast, we had made a joke that she's going to model this in her pool, and she saw that and she's like, girls, you know me well. I'm totally game. So she'll be excited to do that.
We're excited
if it ever gets warm.
Yeah, if it ever gets warm enough to get in the pool.
Yes, but it's been
it will
fun project.
It's so beautiful and it's so soft. The yarn is Elaine Yarns. I'm reading my notes here. DK weight. It's 231 yards and 100 grams. Mm-hmm. It's 55% BFL, blue-faced Leicester, if I'm saying that right, and 45% silk. Mm-hmm. So it is just so cozy and soft. It's not the most rustic for a hat, but I think it's going to be just really soft and nice.
I love feeling the skein of yarn. It's so smooshy. I love it so much. And the color is Siberian Iris.
Yep.
And I mean, look at how gorgeous that purple is.
We'll see. You've got quite a bit left.
I do.
To see if you could get
I bet
2 hats.
I could. And I've had so much fun knitting this. And again, I mentioned it's kind of a dream come true for me to be knitting one of your patterns.
Aww,
and it's been so fun. You've been such a good teacher.
Yeah.
And
I make her do it.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I had started with the band and then I just knit away, and then up to a certain point, I think it was a little over 7 inches, measured from cast on up. And then I started my decreases, and I did not know how to do that. So you sat down with me on the couch and I got to watch you do it once, and then you had me do it. And, you know, I was a little nervous, but now I feel like it's starting to flow a little easier with each row that I'm doing. Decreasing. I think, you know, it's just watching you and then doing it and having you watch me. And you're really, really good at that. You're like, well, you know,
kind of stern with her.
Yeah. I'm like, is this right? And you're like, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me, is it right? And I'm like looking, I'm just studying her face, and I'm like about to do something. I'm like, okay, if she moves a muscle, it's right, or whatever. And I'm like, no, she ain't got nothing. I can't tell. And she's like, no, you need to read the pattern and read your knitting. And I know after I did my knits and pearls, I could identify one stitch from the next. And, you know, it took me some time, and it took me some time to get the process done with the decreases, but I will have this done by the next cast. And,
you will. You're decreasing.
Really,
you're going to
really
be there.
excited to give this to Jenny and to do a different one. But I know I have other projects. Which I will talk about.
I'm not going to tell her yet. But she's going to have to use double point needles right at the top.
I know. You prepared me for that. You warned me.
I've been keeping that a little under the radar because I don't want her to freak out. But she'll get it. A little practice on that.
Yeah.
It'll work.
It'll work.
It works.
Yep.
So well done. Let's give her yay.
Thank you.
Another, and this will be also your next project you want to do is a pair of slipperoo socks. Another
summer sock soiree.
Summer socks soiree. Another one of our Makealongs in our Ravelry group and on Instagram. And this is good practice. You've gotten some knitting in the round.
Yep.
So I think we'll be having fun embarking on a little smaller circumference now. But that pattern, it's a sock, it's a slipper sock, so it's on a size 3 needle. So you aren't, you know, it's not like we're going to go from this to a US size 1 needle where you feel like you're going to be knitting on toothpicks. So we're taking the progression, and it's going to work.
And it's been a great learning opportunity for me. I've never knit in the round before. So, and I hadn't even cast on last cast. So,
so she's made great progress.
It's
and
been fun.
The other thing, like if you just want more practice, you have enough yarn from your pixel cowl.
I do.
To make another one.
Yes, and I was going to bring that up too.
And you feel, and you may have enough yarn, or we can add something to this to make another hat. So you really have a couple opportunities if you, to practice things you've already done.
Yes. Yep. And it's been a lot of fun. My friends have noticed that I've been knitting more too. And of course, my friend Heidi is also friends with Jenny, and she's like, "Oh, I saw you're knitting Jenny a hat. Does this mean I can ask for something too?" And I showed her the pixel cowl that I made for my mom, and she said, "I love that. I love the same colors." I'm like, "Well, you're in luck. I still have leftover yarn and we'll have enough." And I know I said, would I knit that again? Absolutely. So I'll be able to do that.
I think that's going to be good practice to go back because
and do it again.
Right. Because, after then moving on to this, it'll be good to go back and just see what you've retained.
Yes.
In reading that pattern and redoing it.
Because I got pretty comfy with that pattern.
You did.
Kind of knowing what to anticipate and
reading your work.
Yes. And
to
with
see where
colors,
you needed to be. Yep.
It was great. So Heidi, that will be coming your way. I want to do our slipperoo socks.
You want to do that next?
Yeah. So I might have like the cowl like in the background, but you know what? We'll see.
What? I was going to say Heidi won't wear that cowl for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
I don't know.
July? But yeah, it was very sweet. Like having her ask like, "Well, does that mean I get to choose something too? I know Jenny's getting a hat. Can I maybe put in a request too?" And
that's sweet that she
requested that. And the colors that I had chosen for my mom would be perfect for Heidi too. So beautiful. I am very, very excited.
And isn't that nice too that you will be able to use up that yarn?
Yes. Yeah. That is a goal of mine too. So I'm looking forward to another request, another project that I loved working on. And I mean, that only took me 3 weeks. It was when you were in Utah.
Yep.
From cast on to finish. So
you're speeding up.
Yes, I am speeding up.
But your first project was a big one. It's okay.
In true Katie fashion, I start with a blanket.
It was a big one. And so before we move on, your slipperoo socks.
Yes.
Tell us about your gift you received.
I got a package in the mail. Well, we both did.
I ordered some yarn.
And I had the most wonderful surprise from Melissa at Bella Fio Yarns. She so thoughtfully sent me this lovely skein of yarn. And this is in Sea Spray. It's 100% superwash merino wool, and it is gorgeous. It's
218 yards in 100 grams, so it's a light worsted weight, basically.
And I love this color.
Hold it up there. Show how pretty it is.
That is such a beautiful
That's going to make a
yarn.
beautiful skein of slipperoo socks.
I am so thrilled to be, because I hadn't picked out my yarn yet, and it doesn't matter how old you are. You love getting stuff in the mail.
I know.
That was so
sweet.
Thoughtful
Thank
of her.
you.
So thank you so much, Melissa. That just
very
made
kind.
my entire day.
Yeah.
When you're like, "Oh, there's something for you here," because you also showed me yours too. And you're like, "You have a present too." So it was so fun. So I cannot wait to cast this on and, learn even more. So this is going to be great.
You've got some learning coming up. Yep.
It's a me color for sure.
So, let's see. I have a few things.
Yes.
But let me, why don't I just start with what I ordered from Melissa, since we're talking about Bella Fio yarns. I have a sock pattern I'm working on, and I have made one pair. I'll just show them.
They're gorgeous.
Aren't they fun? I think they're going to be called picnic basket socks. I just love them. I don't feel like they're showing up very well, but maybe. It's just a little texture, some checkerboard. I just had so much fun knitting these.
When I think of summer, I think of, well, the colors of those and the next cast on that you did too. Yeah.
Yes. So then I ordered some yarn from Melissa. I've got my row counter on here, so please excuse that. But so this is what I bought from Melissa. Isn't that fun?
Oh, such wonderful summer colors.
I know, and I don't have the tag here. I'll have to put those in the name of the yarns down below. But isn't that fun? I love that bright, bright pink.
Yep.
Look at how fun this is. Look at those colors. Wow. Wow. We need some bright. Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited to keep going on these because they're just really fun. Simple pattern. Just with a little spark.
I love the texture.
Yeah. I was actually camping with some other friends last weekend over my birthday, and one of my friends just said, I love this pattern. I love this pattern. I want to make these. So that made me feel good that she liked them so much. Well, I'll keep working on those and the pattern and get that pattern, finish writing it up and get it out.
Yeah. And you know
it's
what?
off to testers tomorrow.
It makes me think of rainy days, because didn't you cast that on with another 2 projects during a rainy day? I think there was 3.
Are you telling on me?
Yeah. Well, you confessed last cast too, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But it was, I mean.
Oh, that was the day I was cleaning out yarn.
Yeah.
And then ended up casting on like 3 projects.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how that works.
So you know what? There's a silver lining right there.
Yeah.
We got this gorgeous sock pattern.
I always do that. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are coming. What else have I been doing?
I know you have another finish.
So we actually, if you were here last time, we talked about doing a live. And we got all set up and we were all excited to do our live
on YouTube.
And then when it was the time to go in and do our live, YouTube wouldn't let us do it.
Yep.
And that was our fault because we hadn't looked at the requirements.
Yeah, we thought it would be easy, just kind of like when we go on Instagram, just hit live and no problem. But YouTube's rules are a little different. So, going forward, we'll just go live on Instagram. We'll be sure to announce it, whenever we did that, or whenever we plan on doing that.
We'll need some more subscribers to be able to do that. We'd love to do live, but we're a few people short, so once we get there.
Another reason why we would absolutely love if we could grow our channel a little bit more. Every little bit helps. You know, if you'd like, subscribe, comment, send it to a friend.
Ring the bell.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those notifications.
Oh no, all those things just add up.
Yes, and we couldn't do it without your guys' help. And we so appreciate all your engagement and everything you do for this.
Okay, I'm going to say one more thing because this is a mistake I have made. I thought I was subscribed and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
So you might want to check that. But anyway, if you feel so inclined.
Yes,
we
if the spirit moves you, we would
But
really
anyway, so we went over to Instagram and did a live that night.
So
and
fun.
Some people actually made it there, so that was really fun.
Yep. And I got to wear.
She wore this wrap that I had finished.
So beautiful.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a shawl, but just to throw over your head and just cozy, cozy. A lot of times I find that when I'm in a restaurant, I'm cold. And I really like just to have something to throw on just for that little bit. In fact, had I just finished this, or I was almost finished with it, and I went out to dinner with my son. He took me out for my birthday when I was in Madison visiting. And I thought, I really wish I had that wrap because I'm so cold in here. Yeah. So that's my motivation. I was working on this when we were on our Moab trip, and it's just light and comfy. It's
Yep.
it's cotton blend. So you have that nice light, airy, just a throw on. Even early in the morning, sometimes I just need a little something. So this pattern is in the works too. And I want to show you, I finished this one. And I actually started another one. Start.
Yep.
But I love this too. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that yarn. This one is Knit Picks, and the yarn is Visions, Knit Picks Visions. I've got it rolled up. I ordered some more that hasn't come yet. So they're just balls rolled because the cotton in it seemed to unravel. So I just rolled them up. But it has it does a gradation. And then the secondary yarn that I put with it is this blue, which is also Knit Picks. And this is comfy. They're both sport weight. I love this blue.
I love that one too.
Color.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one is Ella Ray Marmel. And it's kind of a thick and thin yarn. So I wondered, it worked up so well. The pink in here is Mojave by Kelborn Woolens. And that texture was so lovely. I thought, well, what's it going to do if it's just a smooth yarn? But you know what? I love it this way too.
I love it.
So it doesn't have to have a lumpy bumpy to do it. It's also coming up beautifully this way too. And it just so happens that these are my colors.
Yes.
And these are
a little bit more mine.
So guess who's getting this one?
Thank you.
Yeah, and she's always cold, so it'll be perfect.
Yes, it's perfect.
Winter or summer, it doesn't matter. She's cold.
I didn't want to take it off after our live.
I know.
And you're like, well, I'm thinking about casting this on. I'm like, great.
Yeah.
I know what that
love
means.
It. I love this. Yeah.
Yep, those are your colors for sure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's fun. So that's in the works. A sock, a wrap, poncho wrap.
Yep.
And one more thing that's almost finished. I should have finished this off before showing it because I'm on the bottom bind off. So let's see if I can do this without losing my stitches. This is Katie's Clover Tea.
Yes.
Isn't that pretty? It's for the Makers Meetup.
Yep.
And we've shown mine that's pink and how I added the beads.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. I think I really like the beads in there. It gives it just a little bling.
A little flair.
Yeah. And yet it's not too...
It's not too flashy.
Yeah, it's not too flashy. Yeah, I think it's turning out so nice.
I've gotten to try it on.
Yep, she tried it on. Yep.
And I just love it. I love the feel.
Yep.
And the fit.
Mm-hmm. And she tried it on, and it was a little short because I made it shorter because she's young. She can wear these crop things. She looks so cute in them. But I had it just a little too short.
Yeah, I like crops, but I liked it a little because I'm long in the torso.
Yeah, it wasn't quite right.
Yep.
Yeah. So then we did soak it and block it. And actually, I was very surprised. I put a fan on it, and it did block it dried pretty quickly.
It did. We had a fan on it overnight.
And by the next morning, it was
a
almost
little damp,
a little bit, but not bad.
Not bad.
So then I did take it out and added. You can see where it's not blocked. I added a little bit, and then back to the ribbing. So it's just the sleeves left. Yay! And they're short sleeves, and that goes quickly.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I did make another little modification in that I did just a couple decreases in the middle of the body length, just to give a little more shape.
A little tapered in a little bit and then out again. Yeah.
We're both pretty pear-shaped, the body type pear-shaped. And so just, bringing in those sides for us is a little more flattering.
Helpful.
Yeah.
For me.
It's just...
And I'm a curvy girl, like up top and my hips too. But like in the waist area, it's nice just to have it accentuated a little bit.
I think that just gives us a better look.
Yes.
Yeah. Because we pretty much have the same body type. Yeah, I'm excited. The yarn here is, what is it? Anchor Bay. Yep.
Misty Jade was the color. I do remember that.
Way to go. Way to remember that.
Yep.
And the beads were just inexpensive beads, big box store beads. Yep.
And I love the way, I know I said it last time too, but I love the colors that the beads take on. You have a pink one, and I have a green one, and they look almost different
They look like they're totally different beads. Yep. They have that little iridescence to them, I think. And so they pick up the color that they're around.
Yeah.
Next podcast, we'll be wearing
these. Yes.
They'll be fully finished and in our wardrobes.
Excited to wear them during the Makers Meetup. I mean, it's a little
I'm excited
over
to see everyone else's.
I'm so, I know I've seen Penny's a few times.
We've seen Penny's.
I'm excited to see the different. I did see, I think one out in the wild on Instagram. It was like a corally color, which would go so well with ours.
Yeah, I love coral.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't remember who posted it, so I apologize if.
Was it Beth?
I don't know.
Well,
I know. Well,
Yep. We'll look up COVID tea and see. It's fun. You know that. Let's see. I cast that on.
Ooh.
Well, you know what? I cast it on like 2 weeks ago. But then I didn't work on it. I worked on some other projects because the week I went to Madison to babysit, I didn't work on it that week. I had it with, but I didn't work on it. And then I came back and camped. So it was about 10 days that I didn't work on it. And now that I picked it up, this is Sunday. I picked it up again on Monday or Tuesday of this week and did most of it.
Yeah, because you had a little bit of progress last cast. It was on the needles, and you had just finished yours.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. So
and that was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's knitting up very quickly. Very quickly. Yeah. So it's a good project.
I'm so excited to see you all Hoffman Estates.
I know. I'm too.
Near Chicago.
Yep.
So.
Yep. It'll be fun. Well, let's see. I think that's all our projects.
Yes.
But I have just a little acquisition to show. I cleaned out yarn. So, and then I've been buying yarn. So, you know, I think we're at a net gain again. But it's okay. I ordered some more yarn from Lind Hoppy for this pattern. Because I just am so inspired by these fun picnic colors, summer brights, that I just thought this Lind Hobby, I talked about it last time, they're out of Denmark, and when I've placed an order and coming to Wisconsin, I'm getting my yarn in a week.
That's crazy.
From Denmark. That to me is very, very fast.
Yes.
And I don't think I said it last time, but shipping is only $4.99.
Which is huge.
Yeah. It's been really great. I ordered Drops Fable, which is a superwash treated sock wool. Now this feels a little more woolly than
that's woolly.
But for socks, I think it's gonna be great. I'm really excited to try this. They're 50 gram skeins and they were about $3 a skein.
Oh my goodness.
So, you know, to get a pair of socks where you get the body out of one and then you'd use part of it for the cuffs and toes, you're still only looking at around, you know, $6, $7 for a pair of socks.
Wow.
So that's pretty inexpensive. I would like to make...
I was going to say, show some of the colors.
Yeah, I would like to make some for Christmas gifts. So there's one. Here, I'll give you one to go with the gray.
Perfect.
Yeah, pink and gray. And then, I don't know how these are going to combine, but then here's a green and a turquoise.
What fun colors.
I thought I ordered red, but I didn't.
Next time,
I guess. Maybe they were out of red. I don't know. I think that's a very good price point, and I'm excited also to knit this into those socks and just see
I think that'd be fun.
I think it'll be nice to make some Christmas gifts.
Mm-hmm. And I know yesterday, we had mentioned that we had played outside. I wore my wildflower socks yesterday.
I did too. We needed them.
We needed them.
It was cold. We needed them.
They were so perfect. They felt so good in those pretty shoes.
Yeah, our wildflower shoes.
Yep.
Yeah,
so it was perfect wearing those wildflower socks.
Yep.
So I'm loving mine.
I am too.
Yep.
Okay, and one more word on socks. We do have a make-along going on. It's called the Summer Sock Soiree. And there is a finished object thread in our Ravelry group. And then there's a hashtag on Instagram, Summer Sock Soiree. And we would just love you to put your pictures in there. If you are a maker and you'd like to provide a surprise, we are happy to accept to gift a prize off at the end of this, summer to some of our participants. Yeah, the more prizes we get, the more we can give away. So I am certainly in sock making mode.
And I will be shortly, as soon as I, wrap up my hat.
Yep, you'll get there.
So
so we are ready to get on the pontoon and knit some socks.
Yes, and celebrate summer.
Yep, I like sock knitting in the summer because it's portable. I can even throw it in my purse if I have a few minutes at a doctor's appointment or something. Yeah.
Yep. And hopefully knitting on the pontoon, like you said, because 4th of July is fast approaching. Yep. So it'll be fun.
All right. Well, we've enjoyed sitting down with you today. We love hearing from you. Let us know if you have any big summer plans, if you have a project you're loving right now, even where you're from. It's always fun, just your state or your country or whatever. You don't have to give us your address, but we love to hear where you're from. That would be kind of fun to see this time.
I just love, and our audience is so responsive. They're so amazing. You guys are awesome. We love reading the comments. And yes, one of my cousins, Leanne, commented a couple of times, I got to find out that my great aunt knit. I didn't know she did.
How about that?
So she's like, well, she'd be proud of you. So learning things from all of you.
There's this whole world that's opened up, and you're learning family history too, which is awesome.
So we always love the comments. So thank you so much for engaging with us. We wouldn't be where we are without you guys.
That's right. We appreciate you so much. All right. Well, let's call it a day.
All right. Happy knitting.
Happy knitting. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next time.